Welcome to Auntie K's, your favorite radical queer indigenous auntie, bringing you tarot every day. All right. So we are looking at the 8 through King of Cups of my upcoming Star Wars tarot deck, and why and how I was inspired to make each of the cards. 8 Cups. Caleb Duma on journey to be Kanan Jarrus Keller during Order 66. So, Kanan Jarrus is a Jedi who you meet in Star Wars Rebels, and he trains Ezra, who, if you watched Ahsoka, is who they go and rescue from Peridia. During a Bad Batch flashback, the Bad Batch is they try and help a Jedi Padawan whose master sacrifices herself to save him, and that Padawan is Caleb Duma, and he isn't sure who to trust, and he runs over this rocky terrain and jumps this waterfall. And we see the waterfall from the perspective of Caleb up on the top cliffs in the background, and we don't really see what the bottom part of the waterfall looks like. And so I combined the bottom part of the 8 of Cups with what we know about the terrain and the scenery of Keller on this waterfall, and altering perspective, figuring it out, they fit really well together. And Caleb has to leave what was a wonderful situation, but then becomes dangerous, and he has to run away from becoming a Jedi. And it's a what, and he has to take on a new identity, Kanan Jarrus. And it's a while before he comes to fight for the rebellion and openly be a Jedi again, because it's really dangerous. So, 8 of Cups. 9 of Cups. For the 9 of Cups, we have Dexter Jettster at Dex's Diner on Coruscant. And I took elements of Dex's Diner and fit it into the 9 of Cups. It worked really well. Color scheme worked really well. The cups aren't there. There was a roundness and things to it that made this work out pretty good, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. 10 of Cups, we are back on Tinu, where Young Jedi Adventures takes place, and we have the Durango family, which is Chris and Sully, and their lesbian parents, and their daughter Nash with her droid. And I used the trees of Tinu and the architecture of Tinu to recreate the background. And the Durango family don't live right in the village, so this kind of setting works really well with it. There's rivers and stuff in Tinu, so all of this worked out really well, and I was really happy with how that came out. Jar Jar is the Page of Cups. He's on Naboo. It isn't specifically Naboo, but very watery planet. It works, right? He is in the robes he's wearing as he becomes like a pseudo ambassador. I replaced the fish with a frog. It was just more comical. Multiple reasons I wanted to use Jar Jar here. His innocence, his naivete of the colonial culture it is used against him. His clumsiness. The way his ears flop around and stuff all the time, I decided would work really well to recreate the hat and scarf thing that the Page of Cups has going on. And so, Jar Jar. Knight of Cups. For the Knight of Cups, we have Hera Syndulla, who is the partner of Kanan Jarrus, and she has a child after Kanan dies, who is fathered by Kanan. Anyway, so, and that's Jacen. Hera Syndulla riding the Phantom One on Gorse. And it's the Phantom One because she's on Gorse. This is at the beginning. Gorse is where Hera meets Kanan. So, Knight of Cups at the place where she meets her true love. I thought that was a great fit. For the Queen of Cups, I have Din Djarin and Grogu, and they're at the Covert Enclave. Grogu in his Star Wars baby carriage worked as a cup. It's not fully covered. It's partially open so you can see his Grogu, because if I put Din Djarin in here and didn't give you Grogu, you'd all be really upset with me. The seat he is on for his throne is a pilot seat. He's so nurturing of Grogu. He becomes so nurturing of Grogu throughout the series. He just made a really good Queen of Cups. But his emotions are very reserved and hidden like the Queen of Cups, except for Grogu to an extent. The King of Cups. We have the stranger Chimere on Baldemnik, probably. It's not confirmed it's Baldemnik, but we're pretty sure it is. That's his ship back there. The waves, the rocks of Baldemnik worked really well here. The soup bowl that Chimere has for his soup and the soup he offers Osha, I just put a RWS cup bottom on it, but to take us to that place of that soup. King of Cups, Darth of Soup. So I enjoyed really putting that there. And that is the 8-2 King of Cups for In a Tarot Far, Far Away, the Star Wars Tarot deck I have coming to Kickstarter this spring.